How Giannis managed to get the body he has today, and what he did will surprise you. Stay until the end to find out everything. But before starting the video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything about the NBA. Today, Giannis Antetokounmpo stands as one of the most dominant forces in basketball, but his journey to NBA superstardom began far from the spotlight. Born in Athens, Greece in 1994 to Nigerian immigrant parents, Giannis grew up in a life marked by hardship. He and his brothers would often sell sunglasses, DVDs, and other goods on the streets just to help their family get by. His introduction to basketball came relatively late, around the age of 13, with no access to advanced training facilities or elite coaching. At 18, Giannis was incredibly lean, standing nearly 6 feet 11 inches but weighing under 200 pounds. His long limbs and raw athleticism were obvious, but his frame lacked the muscle and power needed for the NBA. Despite this, scouts were intrigued by his rare combination of size, agility, and coordination. In 2013, the Milwaukee Bucks took a chance on him, selecting him 15th overall in the NBA draft. When Giannis arrived in the US, he was more of a project than a polished player. He struggled with the language, the culture, and especially the physicality of the NBA. At barely 93 kilograms, 205 pounds, he was too thin to absorb contact, hold his ground in the post, or explode to the rim with power. The Bucks, however, saw something greater, not just a player but a blueprint for a future superstar. Milwaukee's staff designed a long-term development plan focused heavily on physical transformation. Strength and conditioning coaches, nutritionists, and physiologists worked together to create a customized program tailored specifically to Giannis' needs. The goal was to help him build mass and strength while maintaining his speed, flexibility, and mobility, traits that set him apart. In those early days, Giannis reportedly couldn't lift much weight. His muscle endurance was low, and his joints needed stabilization. The team began with foundational training, core strength, balance, bodyweight resistance, and mobility work. Before building size, they needed to build a solid base. Simultaneously, his diet underwent a complete overhaul. Growing up, access to protein-rich or nutrient-dense meals was limited. Now, Giannis followed a strict meal plan loaded with healthy calories, lean proteins, complex carbs, and supplements to aid muscle recovery and growth. Hydration, sleep, and injury prevention became part of his daily focus. During his rookie season, Giannis showed flashes of brilliance on the court, but it was behind the scenes where the most dramatic changes were taking place. By the end of the season, he had gained nearly 20 pounds, around 9 kilograms, of muscle, an incredible transformation for such a young athlete. But for Giannis, it was just the beginning. Known for his relentless work ethic, Giannis often stayed long after team practices to put in extra hours in the weight room. He obsessed over self-improvement. He wasn't chasing fame or recognition. He was chasing greatness. Coaches noted that he was often the first to arrive and the last to leave, constantly looking for ways to get better. The NBA world began to take notice. While his game was still raw, his physical presence was evolving rapidly. Opponents who once saw him as easy to push around now struggled with his length and growing strength. The nickname Greek Freak started to stick, a reflection of not only his freakish athletic gifts but also his unusual physical development. This early phase of Giannis' journey, from a scrawny teenager in Athens to a physically evolving NBA player, laid the foundation for the global phenomenon he would soon become. His transformation was not the result of hype or luck, but of discipline, sacrifice, and relentless hard work. And as his body grew stronger, so did his impact on the league. By his third season in the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo was no longer just a promising talent with potential. He was evolving into a serious matchup nightmare. While many rookies and young players hit a plateau, Giannis did the opposite. Every year, his body grew more imposing, his presence more intimidating, and his game more refined. From 2015 to 2019, Giannis added over 50 pounds, around 23 kilograms, of lean muscle mass to his frame. This wasn't simple weight gain, it was elite-level conditioning and carefully calibrated muscle development. He went from a wiry teenager to a sculpted, explosive athlete with broad shoulders, massive arms, and an expanded chest that could absorb and deliver contact like few others in the league. Behind this transformation was a relentless training regimen. Giannis worked closely with the Bucks strength coaches to optimize every part of his athletic performance. His workouts became legendary among teammates, not because they were flashy but because of the consistency, intensity, and discipline he showed. His off-season training focused on explosiveness, functional strength, and injury prevention. Exercises included deadlifts, sled pushes, Olympic lifts, plyometric drills, and core routines designed to enhance stability and balance. But what truly separated Giannis from others wasn't just his physical tools, it was how he used them. Unlike many power forwards or centers, Giannis had the speed and ball handling of a guard, and now, with his added strength, he could bulldoze through defenders with ease. His Euro step became one of the most unguardable moves in basketball. He could cover nearly the entire court in just a few dribbles, overpowering anyone who stood in his way. In the 2018 to 2019 season, Giannis' transformation fully paid off. He averaged 27.7 points, 12.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game and was named NBA MVP for the first time. He was no longer just the Greek freak. He was one of the most dominant two-way players on the planet. On offense, his physicality overwhelmed defenders. On defense, his length and speed allowed him to guard every position on the floor. His expanded frame gave him more than just strength, it gave him durability. Giannis became known for playing through contact and avoiding major injuries, something rare in a league filled with physical stress. His commitment to mobility and flexibility training, yoga, stretching routines, resistance band work, helped protect his knees and lower back despite his explosive style of play. Nutrition also remained a cornerstone of his success. Giannis reportedly eats 6 to 7 meals a day during the season, carefully balanced between protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs. His team monitors his hydration, recovery, and caloric intake with precision. Smoothies, lean meats, oatmeal, fruits, and vegetables are staples of his routine, along with supplements like creatine, amino acids, and electrolytes. By 2020, Giannis had become a two-time MVP, a perennial all-star, and the face of the Bucks franchise. His transformation wasn't just physical, it was psychological. He carried himself with confidence, maturity, and quiet intensity. The scrawny kid who once sent money back to his family in Greece because he had nothing else to give was now a global icon, all because he believed in hard work and stayed loyal to his vision. Even off the court, his image had changed. Giannis signed major endorsement deals, appeared in global campaigns, and gained the respect of peers, coaches, and legends of the game. But unlike many stars who ease off once they reach the top, Giannis kept pushing. His hunger remained. Every off-season he found something new to improve, whether it was his free throw mechanics, mid-range jumper, or post footwork. What Giannis achieved wasn't just a physical transformation. It was the creation of an entirely new kind of player. One with the size of a center, the agility of a wing, and the drive of a champion. His rise sent a message to young athletes around the world. You don't need to be born into fame or fortune. You just need vision, discipline, and an insane amount of work ethic. And yet, the best was still to come. In the next chapter of his journey, Giannis would reach the pinnacle of the basketball world and cement his legacy forever. By the start of the 2020 to 2021 NBA season, Giannis Antetokounmpo had already built a career worthy of praise. Multiple MVP awards, all-star selections, and a reputation as the league's most physically dominant player. But one thing still eluded him: an NBA championship. Critics questioned whether his style could win in the playoffs. Could a player built so much on sheer athleticism deliver when defenses tightened and pressure peaked? Giannis answered that question with one of the most remarkable playoff runs in recent history, and his body, sculpted by nearly a decade of meticulous transformation, was the foundation of it all. During the 2021 postseason, Giannis averaged 30.2 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 5.1 assists per game, often playing through pain, exhaustion, and defensive walls specifically designed to stop him. Every team the Bucks faced, from the Miami Heat to the Brooklyn Nets, and finally the Phoenix Suns, made slowing Giannis their top priority. None succeeded. His explosiveness off the dribble, ability to finish through contact, and endurance to dominate late in games were all byproducts of years of training. When other stars slowed down, Giannis seemed to get stronger. His legs powered endless fast breaks. His upper body absorbed blows without losing balance. His core allowed him to twist, turn, and finish in traffic like no one else. The defining moment came in Game 6 of the NBA Finals against the Suns. With Milwaukee leading the series 3-2, Giannis delivered the performance of a lifetime. 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Arguably one of the greatest finals performances in NBA history. He was everywhere, rejecting shots, sprinting coast to coast, and hitting 17 of 19 free throws, a part of his game that had long been criticized. His physical dominance was undeniable. Even against DeAndre Ayton, a skilled and strong big man, Giannis made the paint his personal kingdom. His speed was too much for forwards, his strength too much for guards. The Greek Freak was in full form, a player who had redefined what an NBA superstar could look like. After the game, as confetti rained down and Giannis celebrated with his family, teammates, and fans, the world saw the culmination of years of work. His body, once skinny, fragile, and overlooked, was now that of a modern-day gladiator. He didn't form a super team, he didn't chase shortcuts. He built, trained, endured, and conquered. The championship not only cemented Giannis' place in NBA history, but it also validated his process. He became the first player in league history to win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and Finals MVP before turning 27. The transformation of his body had directly influenced the transformation of the Bucks, from underdogs to champions. In the years since, Giannis has continued to evolve. While maintaining his muscle mass, he's worked on balance, agility, and shooting form. He remains one of the most durable superstars in the league, rarely missing games and always playing with relentless energy. His physique has become a blueprint for young athletes, not just about size but about efficiency, balance, and functional strength. Giannis' legacy now extends far beyond the court. He's become a global icon, inspiring kids not just in Greece or Nigeria, but across the world. His story, a boy selling goods on the streets who transformed into an NBA champion, resonates because it's real. And at the core of that story is his body, forged in silence, strengthened by sacrifice, and unleashed in glory. His physical transformation wasn't just a part of his journey, it was the key to everything. Without the years of dedication, the strict diet, the sleepless nights in the gym, the painful rehab sessions, and the constant refusal to be average, there would be no Greek Freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo is living proof that greatness can be built, one rep, one meal, one sprint at a time.